There's some ongoing drama between Nigerian Defence Headquarters and Simon Ekpa, the self-proclaimed leader of a faction of the indigenous people of BIAFRA. Now, you gotta keep it locked because this story is gonna get a whole lot more interesting. So the Defence Headquarters has decided that they want to go big with this latest move, like really, really big. They're not just declaring wanted posters on their website, they're taking it to the streets. That's right. They are planning on plastering the names and faces of the wanted individuals. There were multiple other people on this list aside from Simon Ekpa all over the country. Now, we're all wondering, why did Simon Ekpa make the list in the first place? Well, let's just say he's been a thorn in the side of the Nigerian government. His calls, we all know, for sit-at-home protests, his incendiary remarks against the government, military personnel, none of them have gone unnoticed, right? Simon Ekpa has been really digging in at the government. General Christopher Musa has even described it that he's even a menace to Nigeria. Well, let's see what Nigerians are saying about it, because what did I say in the story before? Bolanle said both Tinubu's government and Ekpa's government are unserious. You don't declare a person who you know his address wanted, who is not hiding nor running. Both of them know the address of each other, so why the insanity? End quote. And I think that's very funny because essentially what this person is saying is they know where Simon Ekpa is, so why is he wanted? Simon Ekpa isn't taking this line now. Of course, he's firing back on social media. He's calling out the Nigerian Defence Headquarters. He's even hinting at the existence of the Biafra Liberation Army. Now, whether the so-called army exists or if it's a figment of his imagination, it remains to be seen. But one thing is, the tensions are running very high. The stakes are also really high, in my opinion, because is the Defence Headquarters going to succeed in their mission to bring Ekpa to justice? Will he be bold enough to escalate the situation further? Because he's saying that if you come for me, I'll come for you, essentially. Like, we all know though that what he's asking for, the creation of a Biafra state, it's a heavy history. It poses a lot of risk, and of course it means that there would not be a unified Nigeria. Nigeria is a diverse nation. It has various ethnic groups, cultures, religions. They're all living together. So if you try and carve out a separate nation based on ethnic lines, it threatens to exacerbate existing tensions, and I think it could lead to widespread violence and conflict. Look back in Nigeria's history. You have to understand that there's a serious foundation in which what is being asked for is being built up. Or Nigerian Civil War, although it's never taught in social studies, maybe you hear it in history, but I don't really think so. It's just untaught. It was estimated that over 1 million people died, and most of the people that died were primarily primarily Igbo. Because of the conflict and also the famine that came after during the conflict. Scars of the Biafra War, they linger, and unfortunately, they don't linger properly in the fact that a lot of people, A, don't know about it, B, don't even try to validate and say this thing happened. And the trauma has not been addressed. The wounds are yet to fully heal. But when we think about what happened, any attempts to separate is war it will cause. Simple. It will cause war. You cannot say that you're going to try and separate from a country and there will not be war. I know we have a lot of challenges. I know we have a lot of issues. I know we have a lot of diversities. I know we're very different. But I just want people that whenever people ask for this thing, when people say, oh, Nigeria should just go and scatter, you realize that it's going to be violence and war. It's going to be violence and war. And it is the everyday Nigerian that will suffer. We just need to sit down, see how this is going to unfold. I don't know how this Simon Ekpa versus Nigeria situation is going to keep unfolding. But I do want to say that until Nigeria is able to address the realities of what happened during the Civil War, I really don't know how much we're going to be able to heal and move forward. Because in essence, there's so much denial of what happened in that Civil War. The fact that it's not taught in history books, nothing. And if you act like something didn't happen, how do you learn from it? How do you grow from it? Yes, Simon Ekpa, he's done and said a lot of things. We know this. But I'm talking about the collective as a whole. Nigeria has a lot of looking back to go forward. Because if we don't know our past, how can we see what our future is? And I say this across all boards. There's so many things that happened during the military era that we have no idea, especially us young people. And we look at the country right now and we're like, oh my gosh, we think it's the first time. It's not. If you're going to talk to our parents, if you're going to talk to people who lived in that era, they'll tell you, this is what we're going through. This has happened before. So history is repeating itself over and over again because we don't know. So it looks new to us. Whereas it's not new. In Nigeria, in the 80s, inflation, double what inflation is right now. The naira to dollar moved multiple times more than it's moved right now. But to us, it seems like it's the first time. And because we don't know it's happened, we're not able to understand how to process what's happening properly right now. And that's what we need. We need to know our past. Anyways, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think the government needs to do with the Simon Ekpa situation and how we can move forward. Started on a good note, ending on a chaotic note. That's it for me from The Scoop. I'll see you guys tomorrow.